Hello and good evening. Welcome to our Facebook Live this evening. It is Thursday, the 12th of May 2022. My name's Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in the UK. Thank you so much for joining me. This week we've been focusing on the Tea Boutique collection, and this consists of a number of components. You can buy each of the components separately, or you can buy the whole collection in one go, or you can buy combinations of. Let me just turn my volume down, otherwise we're going to be beeping all the way along, so apologies for that. So let's get that done. So we've been featuring the cup of tea stamp set. We've used the note cards, cards and envelopes, and we have used the die. But today what we're going to do is focus more on the dies and the papers for our card design. So I hope you're able to join me. If you are joining us live, then do feel free to say hi. It's always nice to know who is watching with us. Obviously, if you're watching on replay or catch up, you can still say hi. That's not a problem at all. But I won't be able to acknowledge you because obviously I won't necessarily see your activity. Okay, so let me show you briefly some of the cards that we've made this week, and let me grab them from here. They're not in any particular order, so I'm just making sure those comments are working. Seem to be working. So using the stamp set, this one here uses just the stamp set. Stamp one of the teacups, the leaves, the flowers and the little tag which I popped up on dimensionals. This is another one. So these cards are 4 inches by 4 inches approximately, and on this one I've used the lemons around the outside of the card along with the little small bit of foliage, and stamped the ornate teacup. Did a little bit of colouring in of the teacup, and then just added the tea bag, and then the tag for the bag, and then I just used a pen to link that up together. These cards use our cards and envelopes, and these are pre-printed, and they have a printed base on which I've placed a die cut from our Scallop Contours dies, and then I've again stamped the teacup and the flowers and a little thank you message, and then that coordinates with the envelopes. I've got a few of those because once I'd started I couldn't stop. So that one uses the different little teacup, and I might colour that in. This is fresh freesia that I've used there, and I use that because it coordinates with the flowers on the envelope. And then we have another version of that here. And then this one I've actually die cut that teacup out. And then this was the one that I did yesterday, Wednesday, also using our new masking paper that allowed me to stack the cups up, going up from the bottom to the top, and that fits a slimline envelope that we have in our annual catalogue. Okay, so I thought today, as I said, we would have a little bit of fun with the dies and some of the papers. So you can find the Tea Boutique set on pages 12 and 13 of our new annual catalogue. That's the front cover that you're looking for. So if you haven't got that particular catalogue, then do let me know if you're based in the UK, and I can pop one in the post to you. So these are some of the papers. There's not many left because I've been using them a fair bit. I do like this combination actually of that with that there in the fresh freesia, but there's an assortment of florals, there's teapots, there's flowers, there's the envelopes with the flowers to coordinate with the cards and envelopes, so lots of different ones there. So what I've done is I've cut out from the teacup dies, there's 17 altogether, and they have this basic teacup, which is what I've used for my 3 here, and I've cut them from 3 different pieces of that designer paper. I've also cut some hearts, so there's 3 little heart dies, 1, 2, and this one that does 3 altogether, and I just put that through with 2 sheets of paper at the same time. I've cut out a tag from this coordinating paper and also a lemon slice. Hi Katie. So I cut the open one here from the paper, and then I've cut this detailed one from crushed curry card. I'm going to pop that on the top to look like a slice of lemon. It's quite tiny for you to see, I think. Okay, now this also has a detail die that cuts this detail out, so I wonder if I might cut that out of the crushed curry just to see what it looks like. I think I might do that. Let me grab a small piece of crushed curry, and then I can basically going to make these basically have 3 different things going on, one with each teacup. At least that's the plan. So let me just grab, I have some crushed curry card. Just going to cut a little piece off. Now you don't have to use the same colour, you could use a darker colour or you could use a lighter colour. I've just got my mini die cutting machine here. Let's move these out so I don't lose any. And I'm just going to cut out this slightly more fancy teacup, and I wonder if to make life easier I'll just put a piece of our self-adhesive paper on the back. Now don't fall over, but I had a bit of a tidy up today, so I can actually reach things that I need to get to. So I hope you're well, Katie. Okay. Just going to pop this on here. Hello, Cassie. Cassie Dog's come to join us. Cut that there. So these sheets come 6 inches by 12 inches. And they're called adhesive sheets, and they're perfect for this purpose. And your nose. So what I'm going to do is stick it on the back of here. Like so. And then going to cut on the other side and then when I peel this away, what's left will be sticky. So let's just pop that through. So I hope everybody's had a good day. Hi Joanne, I hope you're well. It's been a bit of a mixed day here for us. Hi Sarah. Thanks for joining us. I see you pop on every now and again. Thank you for your support. Sorry, that weird noise is my dog. Excuse me, darling. There we go. Okay, so I've got my detailed teacup here, and let's just poke out some of those little bits. Yes, it's been weird weather. Last week it was beautiful, and then it's changed and gone cold again and all sorts. Okay, so I'm just going to take these bits out to leave me with this outline, and I've also got my self-adhesive on the back, so the other bits will come out when I pull that off, I expect. She says, hopefully. Yeah, there you go. So those bits are attached to the back of that. So peel it off gently. Poke those last little bits out. Now you could put this on a contrasting teacup if you wanted to, a blue teacup or a white teacup. I'm going to try it on here because I think we'll get the detail that we want. I do need to take my glasses off. Like so. There we go. I've got a tiny bit left in there that was attached to the sticky bit, but I think it'll be okay. So there's our finished little cup here with the detail. Oh yes, you can see that. So quite subtle doing it tone on tone, but you could definitely do it on a contrasting colour. So let's move these pieces out of the way. So I've got this teacup here, and I've got a little tag. I've got the red floral teacup, and I've also got some hearts, and I've got a lemon. So I'm going to do the same thing. This is the detailed lemon, if you can see that or not. So I'm just going to pop a little dot of glue onto that. So I didn't cut that out with self-adhesive sheet. I'm going to use the edge of a piece of card. Oops. Just because I put a little bit too much glue on, it came up a bit quicker than I expected. Okay, there we go. So there's my little lemon. Hope you can see that. And then I've got some hearts that are going to come out of one of the cups. So I just need to work out which way I'm going to do them. And I can stamp a sentiment onto this one. And I've also got the the edge of that if I want that in a bit more detail. So I might try that and see how it stamps. And I might try that in the Sweet Sorbet. That is the red colour that we've got on there. So just light tapping. I have caught it a little bit in the middle, but I think it'll be all right. Famous last words. There we go. So that's got some edge detail to it, if you can see that. And I did catch that stamp a little bit, look. But I'm going to stamp my sentiment on there, so I'm hoping that will get itself sorted. So I'm going to do It's Time for Tea. Or maybe I'll do it this way and put the word enjoy on it, because that might cover it up a little bit better. Sometimes that's what we have to do. So there's my enjoy sentiment, and I'm going to use an espresso only because I want it to stand out as much as anything. So we'll give it a go. Glasses off. There we go. Okay, so I've got this and a little enjoy tag, and then I've got a lemon that's going to go with this one, and then I'm going to have hearts coming out of this one. So these are all from the dies that are in with the cup of tea die set. So there's big hearts and little hearts. So I'm thinking what I might do is move them like that so the hearts are in the middle. Let's cover this up for the minute. Find some backing paper that I'm going to use. So I have got the stripes. See what else. I want something that's going to go. This would be a contrast, but might be a little bit harsh. Okay, this one might do, because there's a little bit of this pink in both of those. Doesn't necessarily go with the yellow though. Let's have a look and see. And there. So that's one option. The pink. This is one with the blue. I'm going to have that one above the others, probably on dimensionals, I think, with the hearts coming out of it. So I wonder what you think, whether you think the blue or the pink is better. I think probably the blue, although it is a bit. Let's have a look. I've got this green actually. So we've got the green stripes from there. It's a little bit lost, isn't it? I'm going to stick with the blue. So I'm just going to cut that down to fit a standard white card. I haven't got much space to play with. Because the teacups are going to take up the majority of the space. Let's see what's on the back. These are the teacups. So I'm going to cut this to 9.5. So I've got a little bit more of a gap around the edges for my margin, and this will be 13.85, like so. Okay, so this is a standard white thick card that I've cut and scored. Just use a bone folder to get a nice tidy edge. Okay, so this one is going to go onto there. So let's stick that down, and you could use whichever glue you prefer. I like to use our Tombow wet glue, so it gives you a little bit of time to move it around before it sets. So it is permanent once it's set, like so. Okay, and now I'm going to pop my teacups on. Just need to decide which way around they're going to go. So I've got my lemon slice for that one. I've got my little tag for that one, like so. Let's take these plates out of the way, a bit distracting. And then I'm going to pop my hearts coming out of here. I've got some tiny little ones here. So I'm just going to add those in and stick those down, like so. Like that. So my only question is, am I going to have those all in line? Because I haven't got any space for my sentiment as it is, have I? Like so. I could have it off the edge and off the edge, giving me a bit more space for my flowers. I can't decide. It's not very good, is it? Okay, let me just try this, stacking them this way. With the hearts coming out of the top. I think I prefer that. Yes. So, going to have, I think, the yellow one at the bottom, which is crushed curry. Hi Zana, how are you? So I'm playing with teacups again. And this time we're using just the die cuts and the papers. I could have them stacked slightly. Like that. And then the hearts coming out of the top one. No, they definitely need to be underneath each other, I've decided. Just deciding whether they go straight or wonky. Dun, dun. Being indecisive tonight. Oh, bless you. You poor thing. What have you done to that then? Did you bump it or something? Yes, I think that's going to be my final choice. So, what I'm going to do is use dimensionals for them. Oh, I'm glad you're okay, but that's no fun, Zana, is it? No fun at all. So what I'm going to do is put a dimensional at the bottom and then either side. And then hopefully that will allow me. Hi Rachel, if that's you. Incognito. I hope you're well. So let's try this. So I've got this one at the bottom, which I'm going to put centrally. Oh, bless you. Yeah, cellulitis is horrid, isn't it? Okay, and then that will allow me to tuck that one in next to it, but I'm still going to put them on dimensionals, I think. So again, okay, this time I'm going to put that one in the middle so it doesn't get in the way of the teacup underneath it, like so. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. Oh my goodness, Anna, that's really nasty. Bless you. That's very serious. Okay, so that's going to go in there. Like that. Move my little hearts out of the way. No, I think this would be nice if you had two cups, one facing each other, you know, one facing one way, one's facing the other with the hearts in the middle. That would make a really sweet anniversary card. So that's it as is. Okay, so I've got my tag, my lemon, and then let's pop some of these on. So it is a lovely set, isn't it? So I'm going to turn these over to put some mini dimensionals on the larger ones. And I like the fact you get multiple dies in the set. So you get 2 of the separate heart dies. And then one of the dies that cuts out 3 little hearts. So I'm hoping that this will fit on there, which it does. There we go. So we're speeding round to the weekend again. So it's Thursday here for us in the UK when this is going live. Like so. And then I've got these teeny ones that I'm going to use a dot of glue for. I don't want too much to come out. Let's try that. There's one. They really are tiny. So we did the teacups at Coffee and Card this week and last week in Brackley, and I will do them again for Coffee and Card because we didn't use the dies, we just did the stamping. I feel I might need to put one more in there. So that we've got an uneven number. There we go. Well, I'm glad it's all still attached, that's all I can say. There we go. Let me show you so far. See what you think. Right, so I have got a tag and a lemon, but I'm not sure if I need to put them in. I don't know. Oh, maybe I do. Like so, just to balance it out. So we've got the lemon here and enjoy there. What do you think? With the little tag and the lemon or without, I wonder? Quite sure. That works like that. Or I could just leave it. I quite like it actually, just like that. That might make quite a sweet new home cards as well, with teacups and things. So I'm thinking let's pop a sentiment on. think I might put let's get together soon. I think just on the inside. Nice and simple. So I haven't left much space. I could, I guess, cut it out, but I don't really want to cover up any of my teacups. So let's stamp it on the inside in Sweet Sorbet so it matches the hearts. There we go. And I have a couple of hearts left. 3 hearts I can pop on there. So let's just do that. And we're done. Hi Brenda. Okay, so let's pop this one here, albeit skewy. That's okay, I'm just finishing up actually, but you'll get to see the finished thing, so that's okay. So if I'm handling small pieces, I always put the glue onto the card, not onto the piece I'm handling. Otherwise you tend to get glue everywhere. Well, I do. Whereas this way you keep nice and clean. And I can just see a tiny little bit of glue sticking out there. So let's just pick that up. There we go. Okay, so that's my inside. It says let's get together soon. Not sure you can see much of that. And there's the front of the card with the 3 stacked teacups that I've cut from the designer series paper. And I've added the hearts. I didn't end up adding the tag and the lemon because I didn't feel that it needed it. I don't know what anybody else thinks. Thank you, Brenda. Do you think with the tag and the lemon, or just with the teacups and the hearts? Which sort of my feeling. Nice and clean. It's very cute. Very cute. Okay, I think I'm going to leave those off. Actually, that tag there works really nicely, doesn't it, with the that pattern on the reverse. Teacups and hearts. Good answer. Thank you. Okay, and that's us done for this evening. So thank you so much for joining us. This will be on YouTube, and you can find it under my stamp set of the week. So I have a playlist that features my stamp set of the week, so each time I do that you can then look at those all collectively, and you can also search by cup of tea and you'll be able to see how I made the other cards that we've done this week. So the stacked teacups, the plain square card, and then these ones here that fit onto the note cards and envelopes that coordinate with the set. So I am actually going to colour this in, I have decided. So I'll do that now we've finished. So thank you for joining me this evening. Thank you, Brenda, and everybody else who's watching, Zana and anybody else who came and went. So Joanne and Katie, Sarah. And I will be back on Monday next week. That'll be the 16th, goodness me, 16th of May. And I'll be featuring a new stamp set. And that's one that we're going to be doing at Coffee and Card. And that is this one here, called Sending Smiles. That's what I've selected for next week. This is a quick card that I've designed ready for Coffee and Card tomorrow, using some of the new in colours. And it's got 8 different sentiments that go with the sending. And obviously you can use your own sentiments in addition to that. And what's nice with this is that we do actually have die cuts for the word sending and a shadow as well. So it's a really nice combination. So that will be featuring next week. And I look forward to Coffee and Card tomorrow in Brackley, 3 till 4. And in Toaster on Monday, 2:30 to 3:30. So if you're local, you're more than welcome to join us. Thank you so much, everybody. Do take care. Have a great evening. Look forward to crafting with you again soon. Thank you. Bye for now.